Hello, everyone. My name is Perry. I am the CEO of BPerryFilms and Artistic Creator Academy. On today's episode 53 of BPerryFilms Podcast, I want to just talk about some tips that you can take on to your YouTube journey. One, get started. Stop waiting. What is the purpose of you wanting to start something and just keep binge watching how to start this, how to start that? And some people are waiting until 2026, just trying to wait for some reason for a video that's never going to get posted. I recommend for people to just get their smartphone, get on Zoom, try out Riverside FM, what I'm using right now while I'm on vacation, and start creating videos that have symbolic meanings to you. I recommend finding a creative title, create a final channel name. It could be named after you. If you want a personal brand, it could be a word that describes who you are. B Perry Films describes me as Bobby L. Perry or Bobby Perry, and I do film. My niche is storytelling through film, and I want to show people that there could be opportunities that we can gain from educating ourselves on different things that go on in our life. Bam, right there. Finding a niche. Niching, you don't always need a niche when you first start out. People keep planning all the time, but it never seems to ever work for people. I think it's good to experiment. If you want to get some vlogging, go out, showcase your fashion wardrobe, showcase what you do for activities, talk about you getting into social media marketing, you starting your business from the ground up. People want to see that. People want to see the ups, people want to see the downs, and that's part of your creative flow. Tip number 2, gear. You just need a simple setup. You don't need to buy everything, whether it's mics, cameras, laptops, all this crazy stuff. You don't need all the most fanciest stuff. I do recommend a Mac. I know I just said nothing fancy, but they have a long longevity. They might cost anywhere between $1,500 to a couple thousand, but that's Apple for you, and it's always great quality. I recommend them over PCs, but everyone has a personal preference. Um, Starting with a camera, you can use a Samsung, you can use an LG, you can use a Nikon if they still have those, and getting started with that. Simple as that. Make that affordable. I can send you a link to some of the resources that I use and some of the products that I use, whether it's software, whether it's hardware. Find a platform that works for you. Next thing, finding editing work. Finding a creative flow for you. It can be cheap for like iMovie or Adobe Rush. Find something simple, or even if you have an iPad, use LumaFusion. I've been editing all my videos on an iPad for the past 3 years. I'm finally back on my Mac after the troubles that I had with my old computer. It lasted a long time. I was scared to use a computer, to be honest, but I've been editing on an iPad for a long time, and I'm grateful that I'm back on Mac. I've been using Final Cut Pro, relearning the software for the past couple of months since I got my Mac after my promotion at my job, and finding ways to make it more seamless and just carry around one device if needed to. And if I need to go on the road and I want something lightweight, I bring my iPad. Tripods, I do recommend those for still shots instead of having to walk around like this and not getting in frame. Or, we all have our own creative flow. And if you want me to make a video about that, I have plenty of content soon to come. Just ask me. I can't show you my process of how to edit because I do continuity editing. That means I'm changing in frame at real time. But I do recommend for people, which I talk about in my course, creating content with ease, is that record 5 seconds before, 5 seconds after, so you have more time frame to edit. Just think of it like a photo, but with a video, you have more space to make trial and error, and it comes with time. Tip number 5, be open to change. Just because something didn't work at the beginning doesn't mean it won't work at the end. Take your time, work through your process, and develop new strategies that work for you. Be honest with yourself. If something's too hard, you can always outsource on Fiverr. For me, I don't know how to do graphic effects, but I had a great logo designer. I could put you his link in the description box. And also, sometimes I have an editor for like the intro and the outro. I've been working with him for the past 2 years. Ever since I started the Artistic Creator Academy, I've been working with him for a long time, and I can't wait to recruit him a part of BPerryFilms. He doesn't know that yet, but he'll be soon to get an email, and hopefully he takes on the offer. But we've been working a long time, and we have great connections. I talk to him all the time, and I'm great to have him as one of my staff, one of my marketers. And I wish him good luck with his business as well, and I can't wait to see what the journey looks like. Tip number 6, be open to new changes, new software. You just have to have an open mind. Not everyone's going to subscribe to your YouTube channel right away. People talk about how to grow on YouTube, but not really like the lifestyle of being a YouTuber or being on TikTok or being on Instagram. It's very overwhelming, it's very fast paced, and so easy to be forgotten. Even though that content is evergreen, people can find you years later. I'll use for an example on my old channel, BPerryFilms. My YouTube video that went viral was my rework one. It took maybe about 5 days for it to get 50 views, and then day 6 and so a week later, it started getting hundreds of views. And I think the video has over 2,000 or 4,000 views. I have a couple of videos in the thousands, and it still goes viral. Same thing with my review on my experience with Spotify when I got hacked. That video gets 10, 15 views every day. I think that's the most viral video that I have on my YouTube channel. And people are always asking me, how do I prevent myself from getting hacked? And I know Spotify has got rid of Spotify for podcasters and wants people to make a Spotify account. So for people who do follow me on Spotify, why I haven't been uploading, I just don't want to get hacked again. And I plan to talk to Spotify and finding other options for us to create videos, but it's its own process and its own. Tip number 7, I guess this one's a banger. Get started right now. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Look into other people who started from scratch. Stop looking for big creators. Look for the small ones. It's all about the slow growth. I know that people can go viral very fast, but you need to find processes that work for you because not everything is such a straight line. You want to go up and down because you'll learn through trial and error. Because if you don't make any mistakes or make any bumps on the road, you're not going to improve and you're not going to get any better. So that's that process. So thank you for watching. Definitely sign up for my course, Creating Content with Ease. You'll learn a lot of information when it comes to creating content from scratch. And I do have a digital product called YouTubers Create Workbook, where I'm walking through the steps of how to create a YouTube channel, learning tips and strategies, how to write out your outline for stories, and finding your own way of being creative using tools that I use. And I use that workbook for almost every video that I create. And I can't wait to hear some reviews. And I know people that follow me on Instagram have seen me post very frequently about the products that I offer. And I'm just not only on YouTube. I am on also Instagram, TikTok, Alignable. I'm one of the fastest pages to grow on Alignable. And I was suggested as Alignable's local small business person in Boston. I was winner of that at the beginning of this year. And I'm so honored to be one of those people and build a strong community and build so many connections. And it's all about getting started and believing in yourself, you know? So be a part of that process. So follow me on YouTube, the BPerryFilms Experience, BPerryFilms on Instagram and TikTok, and Bobby L. Perry on LinkedIn. Thank you.